Yes, indeedy, guys. Welcome to the ReJect Rundown. We are live in effect, peoples. Thank y'all for joining in and tuning in tonight. Hope you guys are having fun, enjoying yourselves. Salut in general. But, hello. Say hello, Mr. Old Man. Can't do the show alone, man. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody? Hello, I'm Old Man RJ, oldest player in the game. The oldest man
Mm-hmm.
who put the game in shame. That's who I am. I'm Old Man RJ.
That's good, man. And cheers. Like I said, cheers, man. Got a little drinkos tonight, man. We're relaxing.
I
We got a
haven't
good
even. Oh wait, actually, I do have a drink in my home. I forgot
day.
my nephews and nieces gave me a drink, but I'm gonna have to try to see. Can I mix tequila with orange juice?
Yes, you can. That's called the oh damn.
Tequila
See, and that,
sunrise?
there you go. Tequila sunrise. That is what that is. Man, that's what's up. That's a good one.
Man,
That is a good one.
you gotta.
Now
Yeah, because
today's
my
reject.
nieces bought me.
Yeah,
No, go ahead.
go
While I
ahead.
try to get to the
That's
tequila
fine.
in this room,
Now
I
today's
gotta.
reject rundown. Generally what we do with reject rundown, we bring up, like we said in our show itself, we talk about the hottest topics here in the entertainment world in general, right? So not a lot of reveals or posts that came out this past week, but there have been some dramatic drama going on, man. The entertainment world is shaking, in the last few days, especially the last 48 hours, man. It is shaking. People blaming this guy, people blaming that person, people blaming companies, people blaming movie industry, like possible lawsuits coming in. It is crazy. So we got things set up and we're going to dive deep. And then obviously, of course, like as always, we got our reject of the week, as well as allegedly been said to talk about some stuff that there may be some rumors happening around the world. We don't know it's official just yet, but we can talk about it for a few a little bit, right? So first things on the board, people, the announcement of the return, man. The fight is set. Saudi Arabia is hosting a scheduled fight between Canelo Alvarez and Christian. I don't know who this gentleman is. Mabili.
Does
I
it
don't
look like
know.
anybody knows who he is?
Nah, I don't think so. But yet somehow this is for the super middleweight title for WBC super middleweight title in September. Okay, sometime in September. We don't know the official date just yet, but they have definitely inked the deal, so it's in the books, and they'll be figuring out the date sometime soon. Is this a good thing? I mean, let's put this way: boxing
Okay,
world
WBC.
is a joke. It
Oh,
feels it sounds like a Warner, like the Warner Brothers Championship. That's what it sounds like. A crazy, fun. Just go out there and enjoy your entertainment stuff, whatever case it be. Title. You know what I mean? It's weird.
hmm
I don't like it, and it's
oh, here's the thing I gotta ask you.
yeah.
So here's the thing I gotta ask you. Did you know that WBC, when they were talking about Canelo's next opponent, they were like saying this guy, that guy, they avoided Benavides, like always. But did
Oh
you
yeah.
realize that WBC, I think it's WBC or whoever it is that stripped the belt from Crawford, they
Right.
called Crawford a coward. I'm like,
But how?
okay, so the guy that showed up in September, Molly Canelo,
Correct.
is a coward. I'm like,
Right.
you really want this guy to come back and Molly your champion again? No, you don't want that. You're just saying that because you're hoping fans will agree with you. Like, yeah, Crawford's a coward. But I'm like, no, he's not. Crawford, Molly your guy. He beat him so
Hmm.
bad that he had to find a no name just to make himself look good again.
There you go. And that's the thing, man. It's like nobody currently is even remotely believing that Canelo does something different than ducking and dodging Benavides, man. He's not. He doesn't want to fight him. He doesn't want to go nowhere near it. Now, but let's be honest, though, man. Like with Benavides fight, isn't Benavides at least 2 weight classes higher than him?
I think he is, but I think he used to
Right.
be at the same weight class as he was. But when you're
Okay.
chasing glory, you can't stay in one spot. If the guy that you're chasing decides to duck and dodge you, like the 5 Ds in dodgeball, then you get to find somebody else to fight.
I mean, that is true. That is very true. You do have a point there, because hey, we were look. Canelo deserves all the heat just as much as we gave all Mayweather the heat when he was ducking and dodging Pacquiao for all the years, right? So
Yeah.
Canelo, you ducking and dodging Benavidez ain't doing any good, man. You just need to hurry up and sign the deal, put it on the paper, and just fight the guy. You're already what was it, 63-3, if I'm not mistaken, is his record. So who cares? Fight the dude, man. Fight Benavidez. Get it over with. If you lose, you lose. Fucking Duran fought what's it called? Leonard so many different times, and he lost a few. And then the one incident that made it worldwide was the no mas. He wanted no mas. You know what I mean?
Duran
He's embedded in history.
Tommy Hearns.
Yeah.
Taller than he was, bigger than he was. Not playing on the third round, but Duran didn't back away. Duran didn't say, no, I don't want to fight you too tall. He said, hit him. Let me see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll get knocked out, what you did, but let me see what happens. And credit to Duran for going in there.
And look at what Tyson did when he fought Lennox when he returned. Now we obviously, yes, we all knew that was for the paycheck. That was all because he just was out of jail. He needs some legal money and stuff like that or whatever. Stay out of it. But at the end of the day, a man does what he has to do. So just get it over with and put it on for the fans. Make it entertaining for the fans. And it's not like you a scrub as a boxer. You could definitely go out there, make some noise, fight the guy, have some fun entertainment, and get a good paycheck out of it. You know what I mean? This isn't Drago. You're not fighting fucking Drago over here talking about if it dies, it dies. Like you ain't doing that, dude. You're not. This isn't that
had
serious.
A moment like that would have been. The only one that had a moment similar to that would have been Jake Paul when he fought Anthony Joshua.
I think exactly.
Anthony.
Closest thing you can get to that is when Anthony Joshua fought friggin' Jake Paul, and Jake Paul sit there looking at him as they're doing the check-in. Like in his mind, he really thought he would last against against Anthony Joshua. But even then, he's like, but it's in the contract. What? Bro, you in the ring. Joshua was like, there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. There is no getting out of it. He don't care about no contract. That dude was ready to whoop you. His intent the whole time was kick your ass.
I mean, what's Jake Paul gonna do? Sue him for breaking contract? What contract?
Correct.
You signed a boxing fight. What are they gonna say? Oh, the contract was that he had to bite his glove before he could punch me. It's the Mike Tyson thing,
Exactly. Exactly right, which is crazy to believe. And I'm pretty sure he definitely didn't want to put that out there in the media world and all of a sudden get that freaking, limelighted for people to be sitting there talking mad shit about him. I'm pretty sure he didn't want that type of, entertainment or that type of news media all over him.
No, because it already looks bad as it is. Look at the fact that he got knocked out so bad his mouth went the other way when he got punched. His head went one way, his mouth went the other.
Exactly. His head went one way, it just went the other way. It said, "No, this check can't get cashed." That's what it said. Check can't get cashed. It bounced. It's literally bounced. Oh, that's sad. So, but anyways, guys, look out for the fight. Hopefully, we get a national official date coming soon. If it's in Saudi, I think Saudi obviously they're paying these guys buku money for them to come over there, fight there, show some entertainment again, of course, and it's fine. It is what it is. I'm pretty sure they'll put on a concert like they did with Tyson Fury and some, Hispanic artists will be on there. Hopefully it'll be a good show like we saw last time.
Again, please.
That's fine with me. I'm cool with that, period.
But I gotta ask you one question about this picture. Why does it look like you put Canelo to look ferocious, right? Canelo looks ferocious right here. Yeah. And the guy looks like he's asking him not to hit him.
It is
like, oh shit, it's coming.
I said the same thing when I put the pictures together. I was like, to me, that's exactly what the fight's gonna look like. He's gonna go on the attack. The other dude's gonna be like, just don't hit me that much. Just not that much, please, not that much. It's exactly what's gonna happen.
I'll go down 12th round, like we promised. Exactly. Like we agreed.
I'll hold up my end of the bargain. I'll block as much as I can. So that's exactly where the fight's gonna end up. So, but we'll see. We'll see where that date heads up, and I know we'll probably tune in to watch it. I'm pretty sure it'll be on Netflix or such. So we'll take. Oh no, he's Canelo's a DAZN fighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Never mind. We ain't gonna be watching it. It could be TikTok streaming it.
Perfect. Who said that?
Allegedly, guys. This isn't true. This isn't true.
We buy. Yeah.
Now on to the drama, people, because when I heard this was by far the most ridiculous statement that I've heard in quite some time, right? CM Punk again is in the news, and supposedly he again attacked a fan. Now, this isn't obviously CM Punk's first time with dealing with altercations with fans, everybody. Green shirt guy, allegedly. The fan when he dropped the phone, obviously that was true, but we can all sit there and say CM Punk was being the man, defending his wife, protecting her space and her her comfort zone away from people who are obviously not respecting that. Can't do
And
nothing wrong
that's
with
a
that.
weird. Look at the fact. Look at the video. Bailey
Yeah.
and EKB, they're having a moment. It's not like, hey,
Yes.
come here and record us. The
Mm-hmm.
guy comes up trying to be part of that moment, like, oh, look at y'all. And Bailey's
Yeah.
saying, hey,
Yes.
let us
Back.
have our moment.
Yeah.
Back
You're
off.
being creepy, dude. You're being creepy, guy. That's what she was saying.
And Punk comes and says, hey, dude, not right now.
Mm-hmm.
Punk drops the phone. He didn't hit his hand.
Right. He
He
went
didn't
straight for the
smack
phone.
him.
Mm-hmm.
And Punk is telling him, dude, back off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
why? That's the thing is, why try to turn it around and only show your view until somebody shows the actual image of it? You know what this
Correct.
reminds me of? When Reacher, the guy from Reacher, the
Uh-huh.
guy was
Oh,
trying to only show his view of what happened, and
correct.
then it's like, look, all I did is I was trying to be the hero of the street. I was telling
Exactly.
Reacher, you're being loud and a
Obnoxious.
bad neighbor,
Yep.
obnoxious. And then Reacher, somebody else puts out the video like this guy actually got in Reacher's face. Oh, Reacher
Mm-hmm.
himself put out the video
Right.
and saying this guy got in my face,
Mm-hmm.
started it, I
Yep.
ended it. Here's
Yep.
Punk.
Exactly.
This guy
That,
got in my girl's face, started it, I ended it.
yep. Exactly. It's what we are taught, and really, to be honest, it's exactly what I'm teaching the feeding. Don't be the person to start the conflict. Yes, be the person to finish it and end the conversation. That's just generally it is. But all in essence of respecting your boundary, defending yourself, and not going overboard and not taking it to the extreme, right? Generally, all key things that you want to teach someone, and that's exactly what he was doing, right? Fellow Chicagoan, perfectly fine with what he did, but what they're reporting right now, and this was reported to TMZ, which then obviously TMZ released the audio, and the audio claims that a fan believes Punk was drunk or high, and high in a sense, so now it's double the whammy, and is alleging he shoved the fan and he delivered a chest chop to the fan inside the MGM Grand. If that's the case, I'm sure TMZ is going after MGM Grand and is sitting there trying to figure out where's the tape. Show us the tape. And more than likely, there ain't gonna be no tape. Because when the
Oh,
hell have we
there
ever?
is. I was there. I saw it.
Oh,
There was a
oh,
guy dressed like CM Punk. It was a cosplayer. The cosplayer Punk.
cosplayer Punk. So
He was drunk. He was high.
yeah, yes. There you go. That, and it's more or less, it's just like, dude, why would you want to put that out there against CM Punk, the one guy who has, as far as we all know, for so long has always stated he don't drink and he don't do drugs. And this has been co-signed by many, many superstars in the wrestling world, in wrestling entertainment world, not just WWE in general, but obviously he traveled with our ROH, he traveled with AEW, and, all those fans that know him, fellow superstars that know him. He is that guy. He is that guy that embodies the fact that I don't do either or. Hence why he has on his tape, white tape, and that X on his tape on his hands. As long as we know the dude, never dibble dabbled anything, anything. And somehow this fan wants to sit there and say, "Hey, he looked lit. He's the guy. He did it, and he hit me."
Where's the
Man,
fan at? Or is
that's
it
what
the
I was.
caller himself?
Could be. You know what I mean? Like, that's the weird part. They just released the audio part. That's all it is. There's no video clip. There's no, one person point of view type of, vision that you're gonna release to the people. Nothing in that
It just
nature.
happened again. This happened to MJ and Grant. Where's the MJ and Grant video footage of it? Because I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure they had cameras everywhere in that hotel because
Oh,
people play casino, they
for a
cheat at the
fact.
casino.
Yes.
They're capable of catching the guy card counting. How are not
Yep.
gonna catch CM Punk
Yep.
slapping some dude, chopping him and going woo?
Right. Going chopping them, going woo. Like, there's no way that that's not going to be released to the friggin' world right now. There's no way. No way at all. So, to the fan who's doing such, bro, you an idiot for doing that. I'll tell you right now, you a
And
dummy.
it's a good chance that if Stone Punk finds out who it is, there could be a lawsuit against that guy.
There you go. Defamation of character for all that, of all things, because there is no way, no freaking way. And CM Punk,
We
go ahead,
should
go at him. I
post this
yes.
post our comment on Facebook or Instagram and everywhere so Punk can see that we just told him what you got to do is
Mm-hmm.
lawsuit that guy is calling.
Yeah.
Get that guy to GTS afterwards, you know. So
Agreed. Put him in the ring. GTF. Well, actually, no. Don't give him the time or day. Don't give him the 15-second fame, man.
no.
Don't do that. But yes, I would agree. If it's in a fellow courtroom and the judge is allowing this to be happening in his office, which I'm pretty sure the judge is a wrestling fan, he'll be like, "Come on inside. Come on in this room real quick. You could do it right here, Punk. Go ahead, go for it, man. Give him the move, man. Awesome, real. It's just oddly enough, man. When I heard this and when I started seeing the post about this, I was baffled by this because I'm like, no straight edge for CM Punk? CM Punk of all people? All of a sudden now he drinks, he dabbles. I would have a fellow drink with the guy. But nah, man, no freaking way. The one thing I did about respecting this young man for all the many years is the fact that he stayed consistent and he was being honest to the core with all that. And the fact that they were able to utilize that in a gimmick during his run with WWE, come on now. Come on. Like, obviously, if you're a wrestling fan, you would have known that gimmick was involved in him. That's real life. That wasn't just for fun. That's real. So, to that fan, bro, just stop now before it gets any worse on you, man. Don't release nothing else. Don't come out and comment on anything else because you literally are about to look stupid. You already look dumb right now, but it's just gonna make it worse. You just dig in your grave. You going with the shovel, dig it. You're 6 feet already there. You about to go 10 feet. And that ain't gonna be good for you, man. You ain't about to make it out. No sirree. Now, another drama news that came about was Matt Hardy's in there, right? Now, Matt Hardy, obviously, it's just an interview, okay? Not too much, but he does make some sense. And I guess, asking you guys this question is, does he have a point? Those are fellow wrestling fans like ourselves. Matt Hardy was on the Ariel Helwani show. If you guys don't know, or in the wrestling world or entertainment world, Ariel Helwani was a analyst for UFC for many years in the MMA world in general, right? It still is. And has his own show. I believe it's on ESPN. Does air so often. I'm not sure the dates, but he has random guests here and there. So therefore, he decided to have Matt Hardy on there. Now, they were discussing what was going on with WrestleMania 42. He asked his opinion on it. Say, did you like it? Were you cool with the show? Or was there any inkling about it that you could change? So Matt commented. Matt obviously stated the obvious at this point to everybody. And generally what we were saying before too. The ads itself, everybody. WrestleMania 42 felt and stated at his words, very prostituted like. And it's generally because of the ads in and out the ring. Not just all over TV, but inside the ring itself. We didn't realize this, but inside the mats, they were selling rights to have people's names printed on the mats themselves. Green shirt guy has his name on there. So does that not feel like such? It does to me. I would have to agree with this point. It makes sense and it looks that way. Hence why it just doesn't look the wrestling of old. It doesn't feel like it. The whole show of WrestleMania 42, night 1 and 2, felt completely, just utterly nothing but they just sold out. It felt like and they sold out to the ads themselves, the freaking company in general. Nothing but ads here, there, everywhere. Each turnbuckle could have been a different company on that ad, an ad on that turnbuckle. Ridiculous. So I would have to say yes, Matt Hardy has a point. He does have a great point to that. Do you think? Do you think so, Mr. Oman?
No, not at all, because I never seen prostitutes have ads on them.
Stupid. You're dumb. That's the.
I never seen a girl
Got a
walk
good
around
point.
saying,
You got a good point there.
"Eat at Johnny Rockets right here, right on the ass," you know.
Oh
But
my
to be more serious now, on a serious note, Matt Hardy has a point. I mean, he has a really good point there, because look at the fact that when you watch WrestleMania,
yeah.
I watched it at home. I was there at the arena, and at the
Yep.
arena, we didn't get to see that much ads at the arena compared to what y'all did.
Okay.
All we
Right.
saw was one or two ads, and then the picture of the match that's coming up, and it was like a long ass time with just that picture up there.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, in the next match, and then if it wasn't that, it was a WrestleMania logo for a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
So then I get home and I decided to turn it on, and I'm like, damn, that's why we kept seeing the WrestleMania logo for such a long ass time, because they were putting on these long ass commercials.
Right.
The thing that the only thing I'm okay with is the fact that they didn't do it during the matches. It was during the entrances and during before the fight.
Yeah.
So it felt like kind of like UFC, where UFC has ads and they have their own, like, build up to the match and all that stuff. That's what we had here.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that I believe it or not, man. I think with less of those ads, they could have had a lot more time for a lot more matches that they had. But I wonder if they did those ads because Stephanie and Liv were hurt. Some of the wrestlers they walked in there were hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So they might have done those ads to kind of like make up time for these matches being short. Look at the
Yeah.
women's tag team match. That was short. Stephanie versus Liv was short. Um,
True.
yeah, on
That's
night
fact.
one.
Yep.
So I feel like that's why they made it so short. Either they made it short because of injuries, or they made it short because they want to add more ads to it instead of more wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the fans are like, boo, boo you, boo everything, boo this world, boo TKO, FTKO,
Right.
and that's where we're at. So yeah, I agree. Matt Hardy has a point.
Yeah. He does. It's a very strong point. So those on there make sense. You guys are obviously wrestling fans. Tune in. Let us know what you guys think, because it just it did it with all that stuff that's happening, man. It just felt that way, and it regardless if the superstars had a hell of a great of a match, and regardless of the promos that they did for the main events and all that kind of stuff, it does take away the attention, and it does just leave a bad taste. It truly does. It affects the overall, judgment on the event itself. It does affect that much. And it's more or less of just, this is exactly what we've always maybe somewhat, we don't know and we don't appreciate until it's gone. But this is something that during the Vince McMahon era, we never got. We didn't really get that much. The
We
ads
got
only,
ads, but not the ads that we got from Vince McMahon era. If you watch the old pay-per-views,
yeah,
turn on the opening of it, and during the opening, during the point where the commentators are talking, the commentators would say, "This match was brought to you by this
yes, yes,
company." That's
correct.
all they had to do. So what
Right.
does that tell you about TKO? Because all
Mm-hmm.
TKO had to say, "Hey, we're gonna." I feel like what TKO is doing, and I'm gonna point it out now. WWE keeps calling itself the Super Bowl of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm-hmm.
does the Super Bowl have? Super Bowl
Not many
has
ads.
a shitload of ads,
Exactly. Especially the
but there's a
commercials, trailers.
yeah, but there's a difference between the Super Bowl and
Mm-hmm.
WWE
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania. Want to know what's the difference between the WrestleMania and the Super Bowl? You pay to watch WrestleMania.
Yeah,
You don't pay to watch the Super Bowl. That's already part of your package if you have a package.
facts.
But everyone paid ESPN to watch WrestleMania. We didn't pay to watch
Oh,
commercial after commercial after commercial. All you had to do was just, hey, this match was brought to you by this. That's it.
yeah. And the other thing to chime in on that is, um, that is generally different. There about WWE having ads in the past with Vince McMahon. The major ad that was just pertaining to the music artist. The music artists themselves was an ad to whatever event that they were having, because that music was set in stone for that setup of the event. If you remember when WrestleMania had Sacrifice, or WWE in general had Sacrifice from Creed, and they did those little shorts of wrestlers just having like a snippet promo of why they chose wrestling, why wrestling was important to them, and what made them, sacrifice their life for these type of matches or for this lifestyle. That's technically a promo. But do you not?
Actually, it was a promo based on returns.
Yes.
Kurt Angle had Coldplay
Yes.
as his return. Triple H
Correct.
had YouTube Beautiful
Yep.
Day,
Yes.
and Lita
Beautiful.
had My Sacrifice.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
yes, it's promo. Yes, you're advertising all that, but yet it made sense. But it made you become a fan of what the product was too, as well. Because maybe, let's say, for instance, you're a first timer watching wrestling, you didn't realize what wrestling is, or this is your first intro to it, and you see this little music video clip. It's intriguing you. Now you want to know more. Now all of a sudden, what happens? Deep dive right into wrestling. You freaking, like anyone does overnight. You watch nothing but clips here, left and right, spending hours and hours watching it just to kind of understand what it is, because everything's new, everything's fresh. Now all of a sudden you're a fan of it. Now you become person of the product, and then you just keep growing from that, because now you want to share this to X person. But if you're gonna try to sell me on a Wingstop commercial or a freaking Prime commercial about wrestling doing this and this, nah, it's not gonna work. There's a difference in all that. There's a difference of entertainment value in that. So it sucks, but it does. Again, like you said, Clay. That's on to the next topic. But freaking Matt Hardy has a freaking point, which also too. Oh man, I didn't know or not. If this is true, let me know. But is Matt Hardy going awake again for TNA?
He did already. He's
He
broken
did
my
already.
heart again.
There you go. Okay, all right. I guess that's crazy. Well, that was everyone's fan favorite character, right, in TNA history.
Pretty much because of his compound wrestling matches and all that stuff, and just
Yeah,
his ability to cut promos differently.
gotcha.
Sometimes you
Which
got to come back to probably he's doing it because he's getting close to retiring. Also,
I would agree on that. I think of all people, he does need to retire. He just seeing him move. It's like, I mean, I'm glad that you kind of, stay healthy, work out, do your thing or whatever. But we can all tell there's some stiffness in certain actions. I think if all characters go for it, and I think we mentioned this a while back. I know I did, about world titles, right? Of all those tag team event people between him and him and Edge and Christian, he's the one that never really won a major title. Even though, yes, oh man, you did shed light on that of him winning ECW, but as far as the WWE title itself, like Universal Champion, Heavyweight, World Heavyweight, Undisputed,
I think he was TNA champion also.
who? Yes, yeah, oh yeah, especially when he was woke Matt Hardy, definitely, I remember that.
So that counts. I mean, back in the day, that belt used to mean something because
Agreed.
Samoa Joe had it, Kurt Angle had it,
Yeah.
Sting had it.
Bubba had
It's
it.
just the value of it. Yeah, just the value of it went down because the
Yeah,
company just didn't have the star power that they used to have.
facts. No, that is facts.
All thanks to Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace,
Yeah,
but still,
definitely.
showed
Which
up and changed the whole game.
I think by next week, man, Netflix, that documentary thing came out, and I wanna dive into that. I wanna know, I wanna see it, I wanna know into it, and I definitely want to come on here and comment on it. So I think by next week we should have a conversation about this. All right.
You should do a watch party on it.
That you know what? That right there makes some sense. That does make some sense. We can
Watch it
discuss
and
more.
talk about it as we're watching it.
There you go. There you go. All right. So, guys, like we said, the drama continues. Entertainment world is going buck crazy, and the reject here on the reject rundown. We got to chime in on this. I definitely want to chime in on this because NBA. I'm an NBA fan, man. I'm in general a Klay Thompson fan. I was literally more of a fan of him than I was a Steph Curry fan. So, that being said, this breakup is particularly going nuts all over the entertainment world. All right. And the more I look into this, which I honestly I don't want to because I don't freaking care about relationships and in generally entertainment relationships, because all them people who become in a relationship are crazy. They're just nuts. All right. It's not gonna last. No matter how look at Will Smith and Jada. I always looked up, not to say look up to them. I never did, but to see them, I always like said, hey, that's good couple because all the years that they've been together, they stay out of the limelight, they stay out of the drama, and then all of a sudden in 2020, no, squash that. All of a sudden, in COVID time frame, they want to talk about their relationship. Now they open up their doors to their relationship, and it just went south since then. All right, horrible. Don't want to know about all that, right? What other relationship has lasted thus long that's been in entertainment? I don't
Jay-Z and
know.
Beyonce.
Even then, that's dramatic because when Beyonce made the Lemonade album, oh my God, it was nothing but going after Jay-Z and all his, you know, his faults, all his discrepancies, you would say, in the relationship. So there you go. Obviously, in that relationship you want to look up to. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
Entertainment world relationships
Uh,
don't make sense.
because a lot of times they break up too right away. Look at the fact
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of celebrities, they're not with their first wife no more, or their first husband no
No.
more. You look at a lot of
Look at
them, I mean, Tom
yeah.
Cruise.
There
Tom
exactly.
Cruise
Tom
married
Cruise.
one girl, married
Mm-hmm.
Nicole Kidman,
Yep.
married Katie Holmes,
Yep.
dated some chick here and there. He's
Yep.
not married no more, but he went around.
Penelope Cruz.
Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt had some girls.
Yeah.
Married
Had
Angelina
Angelina
Jolie.
Jolie.
I
But he
think he was
like
even married to Jennifer Aniston, or he was just a fiance before he was still with Angelina.
the fiance they were well, ooh, good question. Were they officially married? I think they were officially married between Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. That's a good
Yeah,
question.
Jennifer
But
Aniston, everybody. That's her name. Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer. Is it Jennifer? No, I'm thinking. See, I'm thinking about Kim Kardashians. All right, because the Kardashian. Look at their relationships. Every relationship they get into, break up, divorce, break up, divorce, break up, divorce, split,
Oh yeah,
break
but
up,
that's a
divorce.
money hungry family. So
Yeah.
they're gonna hook up with the guys with big money just so they can take what they can. So I'm not looking
Oh,
at them. I'm looking at people with talent. So we're looking at Angelina
they
Jolie,
did
Jennifer
marry.
Aniston.
They were married.
Yeah,
They were
see?
they met in 1998 and then got married in 2000 and then were married for quite some time, divorced in 2005. So 2005 is when they separated. So if you guys don't remember, Brad Pitt and freaking Jennifer Aniston were were married for that long, and then all of a sudden Brad Pitt made a movie called Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Angelina Jolie, and since then they were,
No, they
messing around
broke
with
up
each
too.
other. Yeah, and then they broke up too. So it's like no good relationship lasts
Oh,
that long. If you're
I'll give you another name.
what?
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh my god. Yes, back and forth with Ben, back and forth, just going, you know, her
Married
love
to
life
P.
is
Diddy for a
of
while.
this. Yeah, her love life is just everywhere, right? That's nuts. That is a relationship. You the more you kind of dive into that, the more chaotic everything becomes. More that's crazy. But that's true though. And then it the only relationship that you ever notice that lasts pretty good and lasts as a good time are those that are celebrities that don't really share their other spouse's name or info or person or appearance in the media. You know what I mean? Like, look at Denzel. Denzel Washington's been married with his wife, what, 20 years? 30 years, maybe, I think it is. I'm not even too sure. But married ever since he became a major actor. Had kids, which obviously they came into this entertainment world. We didn't realize until all of a sudden they're like, who's that guy? Oh my God, he's a freaking Denzel son. Would have never known. So
Yep.
that right there is the key piece to a relationship in entertainment. Keep your relationship out of the media, even for those who are streaming, even those who are on social media. Having a relationship in entertainment platform is very hard to keep up, and maintain. Hard to. It's very hard. And in general, I guess you would say if you look at this, at the statistics, you're probably going to see about 90 some percent, 95% of relationships are in the entertainment world end up breaking up. They just do. And it's a lot of factors. The circle that they're around, their lawyers, their freaking managers,
Loyalty.
right? Their managers, the fans themselves, all over. So it could be that. But let's get into this breakup, oh man, because it's just getting nastier and nastier. All right. So Clay posted. Now, Megan Thee Stallion. I did not realize this. But before Clay went to social media and said his comments that are what we're really going to talk about, she was on a live. She created a live. I did not know this until just recently. But she created a live talking about, the relationship itself, that it's officially over, and then just commenting with the fans and just, here and there, just having interactions. She's already debuting a new boy toy on this live. Oh man, it's nuts. Already, she had just announced her breakup with Clay, and then she's already all hugged up with some dude. You know what I mean? Who does that? If you're looking for the media to be on your side and to stay on your side, would you want to be all cuddled up with some dude or some whatever person and sit there and try to give us this perception that he was the one that cheated? You think that's a good idea?
Sadly, there's going to be a lot of her fans that are going to defend it and say she deserves what she got. She was with because Clay cheated on her. We had the text messages between Clay and the other girl.
Yes.
Yeah. But now this is me looking at it on both sides, saying, "Well, okay, you have evidence, but here you're showing evidence because Clay himself said you cheated on me first. So is that the guy you've been cheating on him with?
Thank you.
That you hooked up with?"
Exactly. Does that make any freaking sense, people? Does that make any sense? You sit there, if you're the person who's here we go. If you're the person who's over crying wolf, right? You're over there crying wolf with no evidence, but yet this other person has some evidence because all of a sudden you, the person who's crying wolf, has the wolf like right next to you. Do you think people are gonna believe you like that? Come on, man. How long do you think people are gonna stay on your side, my guy? Don't make no freaking sense, Megan. It does not. Now, Clay, on the other hand, everybody to get his side of the story, because I gotta help. I gotta help this fellow dude. All right, I gotta give this guy a fellow hand here. He goes live also too as well.
Yeah, Tony, give him a fellow hand.
Hell yeah, that's right. Give him a no, not like that, my guy. Okay, take it easy. I'm just gonna help out this dude. I'm gonna lift him up from his hoodie right here and just be like, I'm gonna help my brother up. You know what I mean? Just help him out. So Clay goes on the live. He then comments about their relationship, talk about he feels good, he's happy, all this kind of stuff. He also comments and says he's not the one that cheated first. Megan Thee Stallion was the one that cheated first. So since she cheated, I cheated. Obviously, okay, guys, if you're in a relationship, This is not what you want to do. This is not what you want to do unless you know for sure you don't want to have a relationship. You don't want to be the one to cheat because the other person cheated. All right. This isn't a tit for tat, eye for an eye. It never helps. It doesn't end well at all whatsoever. Obviously, he knows that because now they're together no more. So if you don't want to be in a relationship, just break it off, do other things. Because then it's like now you can do things for free of conscience, free of judgment. We broke up. He's over there laying in bed with another woman. No one would have judged him. I mean, they would have comments, but he ain't seeing nobody. He's not with the person. He ain't dating no one. He's not married. He's not fiancéed up. Nothing. He's free to do what he wants to do.
And
Now the
here's the
other
thing, makes me think
what?
one question real quick.
Yeah.
So she right away the breakup happens, right?
Yep.
She makes that video saying he cheated on her. Here's a
Right.
video. Here's the text messages. So you're already pointing out, like, hey, this is what I did, what I'm doing. But Clay's like, no. I did what I'm doing because you did it first.
Right.
My opinion is they both should have kept it quiet, break up, say, hey, we just didn't like each other after all. The love
Correct.
died.
Mm-hmm.
Then you both could have gone your way, and nobody known who cheated on who. We've just been
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, great. Good relationship, broke up, like every, other relationship in Hollywood, it doesn't last sometimes.
Yes.
But at least y'all agreed. Now we have
Mm-hmm.
this back and forth, hot
Tit
potato,
for
like,
tat.
you're the cheater. No, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. You're the cheater. No, you're the cheater. You did it. No, you did it. You did it first. No, I did it second because bruh, you are actually right. You have a point there. You do have a point because that's the one thing about celebrity relationships need to understand. And I think for future references, for those who want to sit there and have a relationship in the limelight with other celebrities, the main focus and the main key to your relationship is to keep it private as much as possible. The days of fans or days of celebrities have interactions with other celebrities, the private thing works. Now, that also builds up if you're the type of person, well, I want to have views. I want people to pay attention to me. I want them to understand me instead of them, whatever case it be. This is the perfect time for a documentary. This is the perfect time for an interview. This is the perfect time for a one-on-one convo with said freaking analysts or whatever case it be. These are the type of moments that you save it so that way you could then profit off of it later down the road. Why would you want to do it now in the social media world where now all of a sudden, yeah, they're clicking, but no one else is paying for nothing? You can sell it for something if that's what you want to do as a celebrity. If that's the case, all right? If that is truly the case. But if you don't want nobody up in your business and don't want nobody just wondering what the hell you doing, then shut the F up about your relationship. Stop commenting on it. Stop talking about it. Stop telling people about it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. But that's not what happened. Now, to go on Klay Thompson's side here a little bit and talk about what else he posted, because what he other posted was a little bit crazy. So he drops a hashtag called Free Tory. All right. Now, if you guys don't know what hashtag Free Tory stands for, it stems from social media movement in support of the the Canadian rapper, apologies, who remains incarcerated for an incident that he occurred with said Megan Thee Stallion. The campaign also even includes a song and an album of the same name. All right. Now, this widespread all over and in generally a support of Tory across, both fans between industries. It was hidden in the media world, which I remember this. Now, many online have expressed doubts, of course, about this said circumstance, but there was a shooting and Megan Thee Stallion was a victim of the shooting. Okay. Now, this did go to trial, which then everyone questioned what this trial was, but also to question the company that was involved. And if you don't remember who was involved, Rock Nation. And who's really in charge of Rock Nation? old man? Jay-Z.
Um, hmm.
Yeah. Have cahoots and all that, right?
Yeah.
So this involvement was now called an alleged conspiracy here because they wanted to get Megan out of the way and do certain things and be more famous. And also, too, Tory wasn't really, a fan favorite within the company in general. So all that occurred. And now Tory Lanez, who currently right now is sentenced to 10 years in prison. Hence the hashtag free Tory. So
Hmm.
by that standard, if Klay Thompson is saying such, does this also mean the reason why he's doing that is because he now understands the craziness that involves Megan Thee Stallion?
Or does he know something we don't know?
Exactly. Now that drives a big old question, but we don't know. And I don't know if we'll ever know in this predicament just because of the fact that it's celebrities, man. A lot of this stuff has been, obviously swept under the
Hush,
rug and
hush.
right, more likely going to be swept under the rug until someone leaks something. So,
Look at the fact that us, as wrestling fans, as wrestling fans,
yeah.
there was times where there's a lot of things in wrestling we don't know about, stories that we never heard of, because they
Mm-hmm.
keep them under the rug. Look at
Exactly.
Sensational Sherry.
Yep.
Sensational Sherry had a kid that we weren't aware of.
Yeah.
And what, she barely saw the kid once in a while, I believe?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, if wrestling could hide things under the rug easily, what makes you think celebrities can't do the same? And
It,
even worse.
exactly. Even worse. And especially in the music world. I think we all know the music industry as well as, the movie industry kind of coincide with each other. And obviously we've all felt like we've kind of had these, stories that leak online about said story from way back when or whatever case to be. This is more likely going to be a story that's going to be coming up in the future. So stay tuned for that one. But the drama is going to continue. I think both of them, to be honest, man, I think both of them are going to keep going on live, keep going on social media, and just talking about this for years, for a while to come. Especially now that Klay Thompson is not in the playoffs. The more he keeps talking about it, he has plenty of time to discuss this because he ain't gonna be in the NBA core for what, not until September, maybe not until September, October is when he's gonna be back on the court. So we'll see. We shall see. Now, another dramatic news that's been going around: Nia Long, beautiful queen she is, man. She currently right now is facing a quiet legal dispute with Lionsgate, everybody. And what that entitles is, everybody, and what you guys don't know about this, in her contract, she signed off with, as well as Lionsgate themselves, she has a Fair Nations agreement. Now, this Fair Nations agreement is basically something that ensures her to get paid and compensated just as much as her fellow co-stars, as you see there on the side. Fellow Coleman and fellow Miles were allegedly paid more than Nia. So Nia seems to have found out about this, and Nia is going after Lionsgate and obviously saying, hey, this was in my contract. You need to abide by the contract. If you do not abide by the contract, and if I find out this is truly true in evidence, then I do have a legal lawsuit against you. This could affect the sequel to Michael 2 that has allegedly been said to appear and to come be in development currently right now. And if it is, I can see why. But I also can see this. If Lionsgate does not abide by this Fair Nations agreement, this is definitely going to be a problem for this project for the future. So that being said, Nia, you deserve to get compensated just as much as the fellow actors. What I've heard, her scenes are less than them. Well, man, you can once it's your turn, you can chime in on that if it's true. That'll be the first question. Even if this is true, you can still you should still be able to get paid just as much as your fellow co-stars. If this is an agreement that's in your contract, you put on the performance, in my opinion, that deserves attention because you played the mother of Michael in the scenes. Your role, regardless if it was one or two scenes, is just as important to the story itself for the film. And you yourself have a resume that is by far the badass of a resume of all things between the movies and TV shows that you've been involved in. You are a veteran. You deserve the compensation that you're seeking for, and that is necessarily need to be paid for you through Lionsgate. So, if this is true, I think what she's doing is nothing wrong. She has nothing wrong about what she's doing. She deserves what she gets paid for, and she also deserves to stand on her 2 feet and say, "This ain't gonna happen." So, man, that'd be my question. Besides the fact that she was in short scenes, if this is true, does it have value, merit? But do you agree with what's going on right now?
Now, let me put it this way. Uh, yes and no. Yes, over Miles Teller, she should get paid more over Miles. But over Coleman, the one that played Joseph Jackson,
Okay.
I don't think she should, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
When you go to a film, any film, a boxing movie or like a Rocky movie or a Batman movie, things like that, you have your antagonist and you have your protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
In the Jackson movie, your antagonist, I think is the villain. Yeah, so the villain was Joe Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
but the hero was Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Those two, no matter what film they make, they're always going to get paid the most. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's the two lead actors of the film. Same thing with like if you go watch Scream, the Campbell's gonna she has to get paid more because she's the lead actress. But you know who else should get paid more? It's the lead villains.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, anywhere you go, any movie you make, the two lead actors always are gonna make more. Now Miles Teller, he didn't have that big of an impact of a role. He was Michael's manager in the movie. So in my opinion, yeah, Nia Long should get paid more than Miles because Nia was the third main actress in the film. She was the mother. So, in my opinion, that's how it should go. It should go Jafar, then Cole, then Nia,
Okay.
then everyone else afterwards. Because everyone else, you barely see them in the film, but you saw those three more than likely. But the two main actors are the ones that should always get paid higher billing. At least that's the way I see it. Like I said, I'm not throwing anything out there, but that's just the way I've seen it within all the movies I've ever watched before. It's if you go watch The Godfather, Al Pacino and
Mm-hmm.
Marlon Brando, Godfather 2, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Even though they were both protagonists, but they were both the lead actors of the film. So I think that's what you're looking at is who are your two leads. So yeah, she deserves to
Okay.
be paid more than Miles, but I think either less or almost equal to Coleman himself.
Gotcha. Makes sense. I give you that. It does make sense, and you do have a good point. You do have a good point because it that was also something that in generally is what happened in past times. That would you like what you gave examples of is perfect to the standpoint of this is what happened in past films. This is what was going on in the current films to make it relatable for the rest of the fans. This is just what should be happening. This is what's happening at the moment now. So yes, that does makes perfect sense. It just, but it also makes I get her point in the sense of her signing that fair nations. If it's in the contract, put it that way, if it's in the contract, business wise, and something that needs to be standing on ground. If it's in the contract, then Lionsgate should not try to find any loopholes around it. Abide by the contract, be the man of your word, pay what needs to be paid. You're a company that's going to be making millions even after this. So why sit here and try to make this such a big situation where you're not going to do so to make the artist or make the entertainer that you're, retrieving back to continue making more products for you? Don't make her mad. Don't create a big problem, right?
Yeah,
Make it
I
make
agree.
sense. Make it make sense and go from there, right?
But here's the second thing I wonder: if you were to build that contract in the first place, then
Mm.
if you're not going to abide by it, then why allow the contract to be signed?
There you go.
Why sign it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you should have known what you were doing when you hired her
Correct.
and gave her the position.
Yep.
Because now she might not be in the next one. You're gonna have
Yeah.
to find a new Mama Jackson. You're not gonna have her
And you're not gonna have
unless
the same feeling, right?
no. You're gonna need. I mean, she looked the part. She looked perfect for the part. Her acting was
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
So who you gonna get? Who you gonna
Right.
call? You gonna
Right.
call Ghostbusters to find somebody? No.
And
What
that's
actress can you find to replace her?
and this is the case, right? This is what's gonna end up happening, right? You're perfectly right. What actress are gonna find out that's gonna replace her? Because let's be honest, the veterans that are around, they're around the same age as her, are friends with her. She has relationships with said actresses, said entertainers in this. So by this standard alone, if you don't sit there and do right by her, and you're gonna go out there and try to go recruit someone from that, repertoire of artistry who has the same value, has had the same resume, who's had the same work in the industry as her, you ain't gonna get it because they're not gonna trust you. They're not gonna sit there and believe in what you're pitching them. They're gonna choose her side over it. And now you're stuck in there because now guess what you're gonna end up doing? You're gonna go out there, find a different artist who's on the up cup and doesn't have the same feeling towards the movie as she did in the first film. And now all this is gonna make it feel very not the same. As we all know, between movie sequels, the sequel isn't always just as good as the actual original, right? So now
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of feeding into that factor there. Kind of are. So watch out for that. I don't think that's a good idea for Lionsgate. If I was Lionsgate, I'm sorry. My advice to Lionsgate in this is just pay the woman.
Do the right thing.
Yeah, do the right thing. Pay the woman. Give her what she deserves and don't sit here and play any games. If you're going to do so, it ain't going to end well for you and you're going to lose more than you think you're going to gain. Not going well. Not going well, peoples. Now, drama continues because she also is not the only actress that's going after a company here. Miss Lily over here. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her first name properly, but I believe it's Evangeline. I don't know.
Evangeline?
Could
I
be.
think
I
so.
don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. But
We'll just
last
call
name
her Wa.
I can pronounce her last name, Lily. All right. So
Okay.
Lily, who AKA the Wasp in Marvel, you're right by that, man, is calling out Disney. She created a post. She's calling out Disney right now, currently, everybody. Thus, because of the fact that Disney had fired the visual effects team that created the Marvel characters that what we now know and love, right? So she rants about this, and because of the firing of Marvel's visual effects team, it seems that in her statements that Disney is keeping on the AI as a replacement to help with the visual effects for future films. Her point is, why would you fire the team that brought the Marvel characters to life? Right? And I agree. I actually agree with this. I agree with this comment. But I also understand as a business and Disney in this. This is my thing. I'm sad. I'm sorry to say, and I'm, those those people that lost their jobs, I apologize, and I'm sorry to make it sound like as if I'm not caring about your lives. But as a company who is trying to, in business, obviously make money and make their investments back, we've had numerous leaks in the Marvel world. Let's be honest. We've had numerous leaks in all this. And when it comes down to this, it may end up being what Disney investigated in. All these leaks came in from that said team because obviously they are the last ones to put things together, to put the final check mark on what it looks good for the company. So for those who are in the team that are helping and saying, you know what, if I can get an extra 20 grand for releasing this clip real quick, I'm going to do so. If I'm going to get an extra 15 grand for releasing a little bit of info, I'm going to do so. This may be happening. That may be. I'm going to put it allegedly out there. So I don't want to sit here and make it seem like as if I'm believing that the Marvel's visual effects team did everything wrong. I don't want to do that. But it does make some type of sense. So with that, I kind of agree with this predicament of what Disney's doing, because also too, if Disney is trying to make a fast-paced movie industry and get films out quicker, that may be also the case. I don't know. So it is what it is, but it's sad because more than likely Lily is not going to be returning as the Wasp because of said comments. Or if she does, it's definitely going to be on a very limited role. Oh man, do you agree?
About the whole role, or about what she's saying about the AI and everything.
About her comments, yes, about her comments pertaining
So
to
based
Disney
on
being.
AI, I kind of see your point. I see the fact that if somebody is leaking these things out, because remember, someone leaked out the final, like the board of pictures based on the film.
Yeah.
They didn't leak out footage. They didn't leak out actors' costumes or anything. They leaked out the storyboard.
Right.
Where they show Thor, they show the Hulk and the Planet of Hulk, and all these things, you know,
Mm-hmm.
hyping the fans up. But remember, whoever did it knew that if I post it on YouTube, it's gonna get millions of views, even more. That's gonna give me a fat check. If I post it on TikTok, same thing. Post it on Instagram, same thing. So whoever did it, they knew what they were doing. They
Right.
knew it was gonna get them fat money off the bat. So I believe that Disney did the right thing by getting rid of everyone, because that way, what's the AI going to do? The AI is not going to create a post on Instagram and say, hey, check this out. Look what we're doing in Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's AI. I don't think they're going to do that. So, no, I agree. I actually agree with Disney and giving everybody a chance. But sadly, here's the one point I'm going to make.
Mm-hmm.
One or two people were the only ones, or three were the only ones that might have been part of you know, the leaks.
Right.
Only one or two, three people could have leaked it all. Everyone else that were part of that team had to pay, and had to pay because of these 3 or 4 people. So that's the sad part about everyone getting laid off. Is there are some good seeds in there, and some bad seeds in there, and that's
Mm-hmm.
all I say.
Yeah.
So
No.
I think that's the thing I want to point out, is that, you know, sadly, a lot of good people lose their job
Yeah.
compared because of some bad people that just don't think of the consequences, so don't care about the consequences.
Exactly. And it makes sense as to the whole aspect of, like I said, the quick buck. You know what I mean? You, if some company is going to sit here and offer you X amount of dollars, and it's money that you don't see on a regular basis, that's life changing. It definitely does make sense as to why you would have to choose that route. It does. It really does. It's been going on for generations. If it's something where people are down and out and they don't see something on a regular day basis, but someone's offering that, there's gonna be some people who are choosing that route. There are. That's just realistic about it for sure. Now, before we go on to the next topic, the next thing, real quick. Oh man, I do got to use the washroom, so I'm gonna put on a quick break. All right.
Sounds
Give me,
good. Sounds
give
good.
me, give me 2 seconds because I gotta roll real fast.
Right.
All right. Back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Very good. All right, let's get to it, guys. On to the next thing. We're going to good show right now. We're on a good show for sure. Now, other dramatic entertainment news are on there. And we got to talk about because I'm a fellow man of Arius Spears over here from Mad TV from the old days, man. Definitely one of the funniest cool cats that were on that show. But looks like he is suing or could be suing. Not sure if it's happened yet, but more than likely it's edging to that factor of suing DJ Vlad. Now, if you guys don't know who DJ Vlad is, he does host a lot of different interviews on YouTube. Really became a big hit in the entertainment and hip hop world, just because of the artists that he interviews. Also, too, he's interviewed mafia guys. He's interviewed many celebrities, actors, and stuff like that. And with that being said, Arius Spears was one of the said comedians that he brought on his platform. And since then, Arius Spears has done quite well for himself, in his comedy world, because it became a resurgence in his career since he's been doing these type of interviews with Vlad on Vlad TV. And it, Arius Spears was on another podcast or another show and being interviewed and commenting pertaining to what's happening with him and his relationship with Vlad. And he, chimed in a little bit, basically discussed something in the essence of money, of course, which never is a good idea to discuss. But did bring up that he is getting paid X amount of dollars, which seems to be he's getting paid about $5,000 per interview. And this is happening once a month, I guess. And for him, it's good money because it's like, hey, I get to sit down for an hour or two, hour and a half, get interviewed, get paid $5,000. Who wouldn't want to do that? But then he also commented and stated that he wanted to change his pay because he saw that his views are reaching certain heights. His comments on said platforms are becoming bigger and bigger. So he wanted to kind of renegotiate his agreement with Vlad and get paid more than said value. Now, Vlad, as soon as that occurred, Vlad went straight to doing his own personal interview and said, nah, that's not the case. We don't pay him this much. We pay him X. We pay him 4 instead of 5. Because obviously 2 plus 2 is 4. So he's like, that's what I pay him. And that also being said, he went on there and said, I'm just cutting ties with Arius because now it became an issue because it just became a back and forth type of situation. And now all of a sudden, Vlad is stating that his team or his fellow employees also feel that Arius Spears have been disrespectful to them, never been quite the good character to be around with. And this also plays in the fact that Vlad does not want to bring back Spears in his platform. So now here we go. We get Spears chiming back again. Oh, man. He chimes back, another rebuttal. Spears now then talks about, hey, man, you ain't got that many crew in there. You only got a camera guy. I've only talked to one person, and it's your camera guy. Your camera guy gets my mic ready. He gets me looking good. He then gives me some water if I need some food if I want to snack on. That's it. I barely interact with the person. So by you saying all of this, I'm going to sue you for defamation of character. Is this a good look? It's not. Well, I'm going to put out there my opinion first. It's not a good look for Arius Spears. It's not a good look for Vlad because now this is going to become a discrepancy where Vlad can't bring on certain, celebrities in to do his interviews, but also to Arius. This actually may be more beneficial to him, but I don't think he should be going legal at this point right now because I don't think his money is where it needs to be. So I think it's fine to kind of comment, create some buzz around his name, let it be done. What do you think, old man?
Well, I mean, if he's going for a lawsuit, you don't know how much money he's gonna ask for that lawsuit, especially if it's defamation of character.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna, you know, sometimes you gotta risk it all. So he's gonna put that money here to risk it all.
Right.
And the other guy, Vlad or whatever his name is, I think this looks more bad on him because if Aries has been probably a guest, I guess, not even a
Yeah.
host, but a guest on the show for several times, well, that makes me think of two things. One is why would Vlad make up so much line in order not to pay a guy more?
There
All you
you
have
go.
to say is, "Hey man, I'm gonna treat you and pay you the same I pay the other guests. I bring you here because you're the one that's mostly available for me."
There you go.
So Arius himself could have said, "Well, you know what? You gotta find someone else to do the show because I'm not gonna do it because I can't." So that leads to both personas, both men.
Mm-hmm.
They both have a say in this because they both are like areas of this is the way he wants to operate. I mean, imagine him doing other shows and trying to go to them all the time. The person hosting is gonna be like, you know what? Thank you for being here too much, but I know what happened with Vlad. I don't want that thing to happen with me.
Right.
So that's my opinion. It's gonna look bad for both of them, but at least I think if this lawsuit goes through and Aries wins, Aries will have won some money off of it. But they're both gonna now characters are gonna look bad from this own beef that they got.
Right.
That's all I got.
No, I agree with you on that part because it just doesn't make any sense as to why I look. It's gonna be good for entertainment, and it's gonna be good for clickbait now. In the long run, I don't want to sit there and condone that this is going to be good for Arias because, in my opinion, Vlad does have some point as to stating that if it wasn't for this platform, then I doubt that people would even really know your name, and that carries some weight to it. Be honest, because Aries wasn't really doing anything prior to this. He probably was doing some comedy shows, but I honestly don't think they were making any that much money because I don't think it just was. I think he was just doing small venues. And with him being interviewed with Vlad and then all of a sudden having his moments, and then really, to be honest, having those moments be clickbaits to said, franchises, then why not? Why wouldn't you want to continue with that? Right? Why wouldn't you want to continue chiming in and going for that? Because the really big famous pertaining to conversation that he has with Vlad in his interviews is his comments about MJ and LeBron, his comments about rappers and the industry of rapping, the comments of how where comedies led us to. You know what I mean? Like those type of comments and those type of interactions they have with Vlad are all over social media. If it wasn't for that dude, then I don't think, bro, you wouldn't be anywhere near any person's mindset as to, oh, I remember that guy. I know him. I only know him, and you may only know him, old man. And like we said at the beginning of this little part, is because of Mad TV. And we only watched Mad TV back in the 90s. So whoever wasn't back in the 90s with us watching Mad TV, they probably wouldn't have known this young man. Just saying. So be careful. Tread lightly. Don't think that legal action is going to benefit you more than anything, because I doubtful. My mind is doubtful. Now on to reject of the week. Now, generally, everybody, I am always happy to give this reject of the week to whoever deserves this, because they are such an asshole that they deserve this role. But I'm only giving this reject of the week only because it seems like it's not just weak, man, and it's not just us giving him the reject of the week. It seems like life itself has given him reject of the week, and at that too, reject of life right now, and it's not looking good. Mister and former boxing champion Adrian Bronner. Now, it it just looks sad. All right, everybody, because right now what's happening is in real time. He's all over Kick. He's all over social media platforms. He is live in effect. We're seeing him as we speak, and it just does not look good. It doesn't look good for him. And it's sad. It's sad to see where he was as a sports fan, as a boxing fan, to where he came from, and to see where he's at now. It doesn't look good for this young man. And I hope, and I honestly, I love to have him in my prayers and say, you know, I honestly am praying that you're going to end up doing better. I honestly pray that you get out of this hole, and I hope this is just rock bottom for you, and you all of a sudden make a big ass turn and do better after this. But it just doesn't look good. Your behavior is not right. It's not what it needs to be. And I think whatever team you're around with, and whatever, whatever you're thinking in your mindset, I think someone needs to go out there and reach out to him and be like, bruh, come with me. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna get you back to where you needed to be, where you were, and hopefully this changes where you're gonna end up, because it's not looking good. It's not. Now, obviously the reason, not obviously, because it's not obvious, but those who are tuning in, the reason why I'm giving Adrian Bronner the reject of the week is just because of his behavior. Obviously, it's not where it needs to be. It's not right. So, in some of the clips and some of the big things that have become in the media world, this is the image of what we're seeing in him. All right. This is what we're looking at. This is what we're seeing in real time. He's been in many clips perceived as an asshole. He's talking to women with disrespect. He tries to get attention, and the models that he's dealing with, the models who he's talking to, are not giving him a time of day. And in respectful terms, they're doing it respectfully. They're doing it in a way where it's like, hey, we're just not interested in whatever you have. Brana then turns into a peddling child and says, oh, you're this, you're that, you're that, you're this, you're that, you're that. You know who I am. You don't know who I am. You know what I am. You know what I do. You know what I've done. Look at this chain. It makes more than you. Like, all of that comment goes through his mindset. He then just lashes out. He crashes out every single time. And it doesn't look good. You don't do that to a woman. You don't do that to someone who puts up a boundary and says, nah, I'm not interested. You don't act that way. You don't behave that way. That's not what you do. It's not what you're supposed to, especially if you're an entertainer, especially if you're in this world. You can't do that. Because if you do that, don't nobody want to work with you. Nobody. So that's creating buzz. And then all of a sudden, he's right now currently with a fellow reject of the week who we gave, many weeks ago, because he kept spatting the mouth and he got knocked out. He got elbowed. He's been getting toyed with because his mouth cashing checks that he can't cash. And all of a sudden he gets his haircut. He gets sponsored for him to get a haircut. And then after his haircut, he's so out of his mind. He tries to get an Uber and he goes after Dean the Great, who's the streamer he's with. He goes after his cameraman and says, hey, man, do you have Uber money? I'll pay you back if you can help me Uber this, and I'll pay back. I ain't got no money right now. He says it on his stream. I'm broke. And it's sad. It's sad to see that. It's sad to see that, and it just doesn't look good. Like, oh man, do you agree? Like, where's his money? Where did he go wrong? Out of all the fights that he's been involved with, like, where did all these millions go? Right, oh man? Like, where do they go? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. It sucks to where he's at right now currently. It doesn't make any sense. Now, the other thing that what bothers me in this and that. Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was choking on the whole situation. So the thing that I'm looking at is Bonaire. You look at his history. He's always been, and I mean, it's his nickname says it too. His nickname says the problem.
Mm-hmm.
He's been problematic. The problem is that we don't know what he's going through right now. But I gotta figure out is all this money that you made, all these big fights, all these major fights in the history of boxing that you've done. What have you done with that money? Is it stored somewhere? And did you waste it on gambling or on other things? Women, parties? Like, here you are, one, like, big time millionaire. Cannot say that you're broke, but you have nothing. That's what they can't figure out. But where did everything go? Because it has to be crazy to spend all of that money at once. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
That's right. That is a problem, and it's crazy because it's not. And I'm not gonna sit here and point the finger at Dean the Great that he's at fault or the people that he's hanging out with or at least that and joining team wise to kind of collab with. It's their fault because it's not. It happened. We saw it in live action also too a couple months ago, where he made an appearance on Cameron and Mace's podcast and their show that they've been rising up with. He goes on there. He definitely shows himself as intoxicated or something, and he makes very vulgar type of comments to their co-star, their female co-star. You're beautiful, you're this or that, and they've had Cameron specifically had to check him a few times to tell him, hey man, stop commenting like that because her man is right there. Don't do that. Don't disrespect my people. Just, keep it cool, keep it cordial. Let's just continue with the interview. Let's just keep going, man. I ain't trying to, I'm not trying to have a problem here. Bronner still didn't pay attention to it, man. He just didn't listen, and yet he kept going on with it, and he ends up getting kicked out of it, stops the interview within an instant. That goes viral. Cameron then pulls out his backpack, pays him his money, and says, hey, man, here's your money. I don't want to disrespect you, bro, but, we're just going to cut this interview. This ain't the time. You just go ahead and head out. Like, it even happened before then. But let's be honest, oh man, I think this has really been happening in who he was from way back when, even before the Pacquiao fight. So
before the Maidana fight, he's been like this all when he first started his career. Look at the attitude, his action. Mm-hmm. This is the downfall of who he is, personality-wise.
Yeah.
He wanted too much, and it cost him. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
He did too much to end up costing you at that.
And it's not like he don't have talent. He's had talent. You know what I mean? His talent is what led him to where he's at now, or led him into those moments, led him to him in those matches that he's had. His talent led him to that. So why abuse it? Why take advantage? And why try to capitalize it in a different way? Why not take advantage of that and invest? How many superstars invested in themselves differently? I would have to sit there and say, look at the prime example. Do you remember the rapper that made They See Me Rolling, that Hey 10? You remember that, old man?
Yeah, yeah, I
So
know him.
why not be that style of a rapper? And instead of having fun and partying, why not invest it in companies to make you more millions for the future? Why not do that? Why not
That
invest?
I think falls on the council thing must have hired if he hired one. A lot of fighters, a lot of boxers, I don't think they think about that type of thing because in their mind, they're always gonna have a fight. They're always gonna
Yep.
have something, until they
Right.
retire.
Yep.
This man right here, he hasn't retired yet. At
Right.
least in my books, he hasn't.
No.
So I think he wastes all the money he does, probably thinking, I got a big picture coming in a new fight
Mm.
I'm gonna have.
Yep.
But honestly, who wants to watch a fight anymore?
Not right
His
now.
fan base had to go down, I believe.
I would agree.
Even after the Pacquiao fight and after the Mikey Garcia fight where Garcia beat him too. I
Right.
don't see anyone really interested in watching him anymore.
No. I mean, in reality, he could make the crazy thing is that he can actually go out there and go into YouTube world or going into that platform and be a celebrity boxer too as well. And yeah, make some chump change here and there if he was in shape, if he was right. Because this dude, that boy looks pregnant himself. That boy looked like he's walking around pregnant 6 months, if anything. Like he even trained with Dean the Great, and that boy was dripping. He had to cut his bag motion like short than anything. Like he just let himself go. It just looks sad. And I don't want to keep dogging on the guy because I feel bad doing so, and I feel bad putting him as this is actually the one incident where I feel bad putting someone as reject of the week because of that, and I don't want to sit here and keep like pounding the guy. But tough love is tough love, and if we grew in the era where shit like this don't matter, this conversation that we're having, these type of comments that we're discussing, you got to learn from this, and you have to hear it because you're around people who are telling you you're this and that. They're the yes men. We are the people that are sitting here trying to tell you don't be like that. Be the opposite. Do better. Do something different. Stop being a clown. Go out there and be the person who you were striving to be in order for you to get out of the situation that you were in the first place. Go out and be that person. Go out and be that person that you had that goal set for. Stop being a clown. Stop being a person who we're sitting here trying to talk to you, sitting here putting up a post saying you're the reject of the week. Don't be that dumbass. Go out there and be the phenomenal fighter that you believe in yourself with, but also too that the fans believe in you in. Be that person. Change the perception. Change who you are because this right here ain't gonna lead you to the promised land. This is gonna keep you where you at right now, which is dead ass broke and in the dirt. Don't do that. Oh, that's knowledge to you kids out there. I swear to God, if y'all listen, that's knowledge to you kids. Don't. This is a prime example. Don't be like that. Just don't. I want him to be better. I want him to do better. I never liked the guy. I never had good thoughts about the person. Never was a fan. But but as a man to a man, you deserve more. Just saying, you deserve more.
Hmm?
On to last me, guys. It's allegedly been said out there, peoples. It's allegedly been said that the sequel is happening between War Machine. That Netflix is in talks right now to bringing back a sequel to this said hit film that happened earlier this year, right? Which is not bad because Reacher, I know it was Reacher now. I know his first name is Alan, okay, but it's he's Reacher to me because he made a hit series on Prime, Reacher, and since then I've been a big fan of his ass ever since, right? So him making War Machine, and if the fact that they're going to sit here and tell us that they could be bringing a sequel to it, I'm all for it. I give it a thumbs up. Go for it because that was a cool ass movie. It was dope. It felt cool, and it's a badass story just to continue on move forward because they left us in limbo as if, yeah, they knew how to beat the villain, but maybe the sequel can put us in the predicament where it's, hey, that maybe whatever they were doing didn't work. I don't know. Did you even watch it? Oh man, have you seen the movie?
Old man barely watches anything nowadays.
Son of a
So
gun.
old man can't catch it, man. Old man needs to has so much in his plate that he has to watch so many on the list now. It's like, oh man, you gotta watch this. All right, I'm working on it. Oh man, we watch this. Yeah, I'm working on it. You know, I barely finished the Rambo movies.
Barely, bro. Hey, you know what? Don't
Mm-hmm.
even. I'm not gonna talk negative on that because I haven't even seen all the films yet. I've only seen I barely saw the first one last year. Barely saw the first movie last year. Never seen the movie before that, but I've watched it for the first time ever last year. The first one. The one I got into, which is, if I'm not mistaken, was the fourth or fifth one where he was older, obviously, of course. He had the fake ass mullet and he had a gray t-shirt. That was literally the one film that I watched from start to finish, and I was introduced into the Rambo character.
I think that was second to last. I think that was Rambo.
It something like that. Something like that. I'll look that up. But yeah, that's never seen the rest of the films though, man. So yeah, if you haven't seen War Machine like that, then I would definitely go out there and, you know, watch it if you can, man. It's not that bad, it's
I
okay.
haven't watched the Carl yet, and I heard the Carl is good.
Oh, dale.
Hey, that's how back behind old man is in movie world
I guess
of
so,
movies.
right? Well,
Yeah,
yeah, here you go. First Blood was obviously the first one in 1982. Never saw that one. 85 was part 2. Number 3 was 88, obviously where I was born, but I was born in August. Rambo, yeah, you're right, in 2008, where it was called Rambo. That's the one I saw. That's the only one I saw first, and then I saw, Rambo Last Blood, which is the 5th film. So I saw that one, which I was cool with that one. That one was dope. But I haven't seen part 2 or 3 yet, which I'll probably watch it soon. It's crazy because I own them.
hmm yeah.
So it is what it is.
Welcome to old man's words of I haven't watched them all.
We'll get to it.
Sometimes it's just too much to get to.
Agreed. I agree. Get to it. Good sequel. If it does, I think this one's gonna make some good noise out there. Other thing allegedly been said out there, everybody, which is pretty crazy to say the least. But Mr. Zack Snyder was on set at Paramount. Took a snippet. This is not AI. This is for real. People have been speculating that it was, but it ain't. He has confirmed he's on set. The one thing that it's allegedly is that it's for a DC project, not a DCU project. It could be for a DC Elseworlds. That being said, the only project that I think anyone else wants from him is a Justice League 2 and 3. They only want him to finish said film. Paramount particularly only wants this. And if they are to invest, this is the only storyline that they are going to invest in Zack Snyder with. Now, oh man, hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
I don't believe it's for the Justice League project or either or. I honestly do not. I think he is helping James Gunn with making Batman the Brave and Bold in the film part of it. And the reason why I say this, oh man, is because there's been the other allegedlys that the director, Andy, who was supposed to be directing Batman Brave and Bold, is now currently filming Pennywise Welcome to Derry season 2 and 3. So since he stepped away, Paramount's like, well, we're picking the new director for this film, and it seems like Zack Snyder may be that director that's stepping in to replace Andy.
Now, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, as long as he makes Batman the way Batman's supposed to be, he doesn't kill. But which is something that Zack Snyder, he loves to have heroes kill. So it'll be interesting to see if he can control himself there. Other than that,
I think the industry will be like, hey man, this is a stipulation of ours. Let's please, you can.
and don't forget, Paramount might own it, but James Gunn's contract still states that he's in charge of the films. He oversees whatever happens. So
There you
no
go.
matter
Yep.
what Paramount paid, they can't breach contract. At
There
least
you
I
go.
believe they can't.
Right.
So if Zack Snyder got hired on to take over the mantle of Batman, to be the new director of it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for it because the fight scene that Batman had in Batman Superman was pretty good. Was
Mm-hmm.
really good. So imagine the new Batman under this guy's hands. It's gonna look good.
I would agree, and that's what I'm saying. I'm cool with it. If this is allegedly is factually true, perfectly fine. I think his visual effects for freaking Batman, he's been a fan favorite for Batman forever. Now, him and Ben Affleck as a pair to bring the Batman character to life is the exact it couple that I think deserve to finish their story. We all talk. We've been fans of WWE, of course, and the whole finisher storyline. This is that right here. This is this moment. Zack Snyder and freaking Ben Affleck finish the story and telling us your version of the Batman. Please do. So that being said, obviously, if that project is not going to be in place, and if you are going to be the person to replace Andy because of filming and all this good stuff, then I'm fine with it. And like you said, have some restraint on the killing aspect because I don't think this is necessary for the storyline for the future in the DCU. Don't think we need it right now. I think we're starting off in the beginning, giving somewhat of an origin. Yes, Batman's going to be a little bit more established than Superman, so he's definitely going to have a restraint on him killing. He's just going to be at this moment more smarter, more tactical ready, more combat ready, and overall or a badassness ready right now. Just
Bro,
like
Bone Breaker.
hell yeah. Just the way he was when he joined the Justice League in the animated series, where it was the Justice League itself. He was a veteran within himself, 10 steps ahead of his fellow teammates. This is that type of Batman that's going to be for the DCU. So that's where Zack Snyder needs to put his mindset in and say this is what needs to be on film. So if this is the case, then go for that. Otherwise, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful, Zach. Now, in other allegedly news that kind of hit media world was Randy Orton. All right. He was scheduled to win the actual title against Cody Rhodes. He was scheduled to be the newest champion, which obviously would make him what, the 15th champion, 15-time champion that he is
Yeah,
in his record.
just 2 more from Cena.
So,
Two away from catching up.
right. So that being said, right there, it I guess I'm only bringing that up because it's sad to say, because I think he deserved to have won. I think he needed to win that match. I think it would have been better for the story, but I also believe that the whole storyline behind Ted DiBiase and him not Junior and him not being so much involved in this match played a big effect to him not winning. But what are your thoughts on that?
My thought is, I think if he was supposed to win, they must have changed their mind because it's weird to see Cody lose, win, lose, and lose again. When you're trying to make him your face, you know.
Right, right.
Look at the fact that when he was your face, when he went against Seth Rollins, he beat Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
He went against Roman, he almost beat Roman, and he was mollywopping the floor with Roman.
Right.
But Roman's family came to play. Remember, he was the only one by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens in the sequel, the rematch? He had it was Roman's family again trying to do whatever they can to help Roman keep it.
Mm-hmm.
But this kid had help. Who shows up? Cena and The Undertaker and Jey Uso betrayed his family and showed up. So
Right.
that's why it's like, you know, and he won. He became the world champion. Story, yay. Next year, he gets low blowed by John Cena and loses the belt. And now this year, what's going to happen? Pat McAfee's going to low blow the kid again and he's going to lose the belt. So I think it was the right call to have Cody win. I believe it was because he had to not lose again at WrestleMania to a low blow.
Mm-hmm.
To get cheated, it's the same story for this poor kid, you know? For him to overcome the odds made more sense. But it doesn't mean I didn't want to see Orton walk out with the belt. Because I really think that if anyone can either beat him or tie up to John Cena, it's Randy Orton.
Yeah, I agree.
So it would be cool, like to see both men, like Orton reach 17 and say, "Hey, I did it too."
No, yeah, definitely. And it just makes more sense too because let's be honest, he's the last surviving OVW, you know, superstar in that rookie era to still be present to this day. Only one. And he's had
And
just as many matches. He's had just as many moments. He's definitely had just as many stardom as these superstars, and if not better. He's been the at a between between them four. Is it four? We got Brock,
yeah,
John Cena,
Batista.
Batista, and himself. Between them four, he has been the greatest heel between those four. John Cena, greatest babyface. Batista, okay, best hype man. You put it that way. The best hype man for that because he was. He was a great heel, but he was a pretty badass face when he first became champion. Brock, freak of nature. It is who he is, and it is what it was. But he has his merit as a strong man within that four crew. But Randy Orton, being the best ass heel, being who he is, cool man, suave, dealing dealing what he dealt with. Because if I'm not mistaken, between those four, he was the one superstar that we all know was dealing with substance abuse issues when he was pretty young, especially in the industry and especially on his upcoming and winning the title and then having that major break, shoulder injury, all that kind of stuff. He was that guy. And to know his lifestyle story and to see him evolve within his storyline deserves so much respect and honestly deserves that 15 title ring. I'm just saying. I think so. He deserves it. He earns it.
Mhm.
Before he was
I
given,
believe so.
I think he earns it. He believes it. I believe that TRT work. I think I'm gonna join this guy and do whatever workout regime he's doing because not bad for the guy. Now, lastly, everybody, before we sign off, in general, uh, it's fun stuff because there's rarely any type of gaming news right now, but this is a big thing, everybody, because we are fans. I know those who are tuning in are Batman fans, Superman fans, any of those fans. Y'all know about Injustice, right? Now, it has allegedly been said, allegedly because it's not yet confirmed. It's allegedly been said that Injustice 3 is in the works. NetherRealm Studios is currently developing a set storyline for Injustice 3. Now, the reason why I'm saying allegedly, but yeah, it's all over social media and it's all over news. NetherRealm Studios themselves have yet to confirm that these comments or these storylines are true. They have yet to confirm that. So I'm not gonna put that out there and say it's good to go, it's green light, because they haven't said it themselves yet. So that being said, I'm regardless if this is true, hell yeah, big fan of Injustice. Not big fan of the animated film, but the gaming definitely so. So I'm all for it. If it happens, let it go. I'm be more intrigued as to what new side characters that they're gonna evolve in, because we had what? Oh man, we had freaking Ninja Turtles, we have Hellboy. Who else do we have? Side characters wise, that was pretty cool as hell.
Ninja Turtles, Cowboy. I think some Mortal Kombat characters were in the game.
Yeah, we had Sub-Zero. Yeah, you're right.
The Scorpion was no.
Scorpion was. Yep.
So you had quite a few good characters in it. So I heard the rumor going around is that supposedly the third one was supposed to feature He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Originally, the plan was.
Wait, say
So
that
who
one more
knows what the plan? Originally, the plan was to feature He-Man and the Masters of the Universe
time? Ooh.
in the third one. So who knows what's going on now or what they're planning on? I would have loved
Oh,
to see He-Man in the games.
so their side characters, I would agree with you on that one. So their side characters have been in the, I put that as a DLC characters, right? DLC packages. Have been Red Hood, Starfire, Sub-Zero, Black Manta, which is, I don't know why they never involved him in the actual Injustice storyline itself, but he was. Raiden, Hellboy, Adam, again, another character that should be part of that. Enchantress should have been involved. TMNT, which all of the characters. Dark Side, again, should still be someone involved in the Injustice. Who else do we have? Let's include Lobo, Batgirl, Sub-Zero, Zod, Martian Manhunter, Zatanna. Yeah, that was in the first one, Gods Among Us. So again, like those are those characters. So 3 needs to involve. I don't know, man. I think 3 needs to evolve more side characters. Like I would say, why not put in Invincible or Omni Man, right? Why not put those guys in there?
Yeah,
Why not
you
put
guys from the boys.
the boys? Why not put some of those characters on there? Like what's his name? Uh freaking what's his name? I gotta bruh. I've been watching freaking the boys series thus far. The boys. What's his goddamn name? Homelander.
Huh.
God
Homelander.
damn.
There you go.
What the
I
hell
was
am
about to
I?
call him Homelander. Homelander. Never mind.
Dead ass, I was literally thinking Highlander. I was like, Highlander. Nah, man, it's Homelander. Well, then again, Highlander. So there's that. You could evolve Highlander. You can evolve Alien. You can evolve freaking Predator.
Predator.
You
Well,
know,
now Predator you need the rights from Disney to allow them in there.
that is true. That is true. So there's no more, even though it started off with DC characters, now all of a sudden, now it's Marvel. So
That's the thing. You need, Disney permission and to pay a little money on the side to get these characters.
yep. I think what
Like
I
you
want
can
is,
involve Rambo, Terminator.
that's true. Character. What I would like to see, no, not Marvel, DC. Put DC character crossovers. What I would like to see in this is definitely what did I have? God damn it! Cyborg Superman, because we haven't in the Injustice storyline. We haven't seen Kid Superman. We haven't seen Cyborg Superman, and who else? Honestly, no, that's about it. Really, to be honest, Grog. We've had Grog. We have
Steel.
Swamp. Who?
Steel.
Steel. Oh yeah, Steel. True. DC characters that have not appeared on Injustice series. Oh, Beast Boy, Wildcat, Booster Gold, Lady Shiva, Plastic Man.
Blue Beetle.
No, Blue Beetle was definitely in part 2. I played as that boy.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I played him. He was part of the storyline too. Oh, Raven. She hasn't been part of it.
Her dad Trident.
Trident, yeah. So maybe this is going to be this upcoming storyline for part 3. I think that should be their storyline. Trident and Raven, them having a big part of it. But bringing in Booster Gold, bring in Plastic Man. You know, those characters are coming up. I don't. What's this? The one character that came out. Even some of the lanterns you can put in there. You haven't seen Cruz Lantern. You haven't seen what is his face that's on even the Superman movie? Guy Gardner. There you go. Guy Gardner. Haven't seen that. Hawk Girl. You seen the Hawk Girl?
Hawkman.
No, Hawkman was in it.
Nothing like it. Oh, what? I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Vision?
Say again?
Not Vision, but what's his name? Dr. Fate.
Yeah, he was definitely in part 2. Yeah, see, Hawkman was in the Justice part 1. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, many characters. DC has plenty of characters, so why not go for it? But this goes in, I'm down for it. I'm ready for part 3. Part 2 took me a day and a half. I think this will probably, if I was NetherRealms, make this longer, make their storyline longer. So make it a good. If someone were to play with it 24/7, make it a good 72 hours worth of gameplay. My opinion.
Where you could actually play both storylines.
That too. Hey, why not have it where main characters be between Batman, and then all of a sudden have the side characters between Teen Titans storyline?
You could do like the last time. I don't know, like you could do it a little bit, but this time, last time it allowed you to be Team Batman and Team Superman.
Yeah,
but why not
part 2?
This time? Yeah. Why not let you be? Probably the one story is like Batman's side of the whole story in the game.
Yeah.
And then if you beat it with Batman's side, you unlock Superman's side of the story. And you can play Superman's team.
True.
It'd be interesting to do that. And then you get different battlegrounds, different fights.
I agree.
And the different endings. You get Superman's ending.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Because I know they're going to end up making Superman still the bad guy in this one, because that's just the other world. Ooh. Or, oh man, what if they change this world be the one world that faces off against the one like Ultraman and Owlman and all that kind of stuff? Why not make those guys go against these guys in part
Mm,
3.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be a good setup of storyline, and
And then you see
especially
both.
go ahead.
You can follow both teams. Like even though they team up with each other, it could still be a Team Batman and Team Superman storyline.
Correct, Mundo, and then you get to see Ultraman story, like all those characters on that realm be different characters. You know what I mean? Like all of them. Like Wonder Woman wasn't Wonder Woman; she was Power Woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all those characters just be separately different, but yet the same. So I'm definitely fine with that. I'm
You
cool
know
with
what'd
that
be cool
storyline.
about this? Like I mentioned about it being Team Superman, Team Batman. What if you were to play Batman's story, it ends with Batman versus Owlman.
Yeah,
But if you play Superman's story, it ends with Superman versus Ultraman.
yeah,
And Ultraman is the reason why Superman starts seeing the like his own dark ways of what he became.
mm-hmm.
And
True.
Ultraman is just as evil as Superman is now. So it makes sense to go with that.
Yeah. No, I'm down with that. That does make sense. It has,
Hmm.
man, they have a lot of potential. So we'll see. I think at this point we'll see, because again, it's not yet confirmed. Even though I think NetherRealm is definitely gonna want to develop the storyline, but I also feel like it's meeting some type of pushback, because if you remember when James Gunn was announcing the new DCU, that the storylines are going to intertwine with each other. Any gaming games that are coming out would intertwine with the storyline of the movies and TV shows. Any TV shows will intertwine with any games and movies. Any movies will intertwine with vice versa, shows and games. His ideal is anything that involves DCU from then on will be a one project storyline, and it's going to end with wherever he's trying to make it, and then just continue moving forward. So this may be a problem in why it's not yet confirmed for NetherRealm Studios, but yet they're developing it in order to present it to either the board or James Gunn and his crew. So that's probably what's happening right now, and why it's where we at with this.
Don't forget, some video games can't be part of the outer world of DC.
Exactly. Elseworld. Remember? Elseworlds.
Elsewhere.
Yep. I would agree with that one.
But here's another character we didn't mention in the game: Peacemaker.
Even though
John
he
Cena.
was in part 2. And was he? Oh,
Mm.
wait. No, you might be right. He was in Mortal Kombat. Hold on. Was Peacemaker in Injustice? Yeah, he was. Oh, but Peacemaker. So yes, he was involved in Injustice 2, but he was only involved in Injustice 2 mobile storyline as a playable legendary might hero. Crazy. And debuting in February of 2024. Inspired by John Cena's
Mm-hmm.
character from the Max series, the he serves as a damage dealer and support for the Flood Justice team, featuring abilities like calling his eagle. Mobile. Yep. So yeah. So he was, and yes, he was just in their mobile. So I guess all that's considered. But again, let's be honest though, and I have it here posted too. That game also included The Rock's Black Adam, which is
Mm-hmm.
not James Gunn's, and the Hawkman from Black Adam, which again, not in James Gunn DCU. So, you're right. Peacemaker could be making the Injustice 3 timeline and make
You
a big
mentioned
difference
anything
for
on
sure.
If they got Pierce Brosnan to play Dr. Fate in the game, that'd be pretty cool.
I agree. And which again, well, man, Injustice 3, that could be that timeline for the Peacemaker. Currently, right now, Peacemaker is the one gentleman that's able to go from multiverse to multiverse. And any of the characters, Supergirl wasn't. It doesn't seem like she's involved in multiverse. Superman himself, it doesn't. I mean, he has the black hole, but it doesn't seem like he's in the multiverse dilemma. Which this DCU Creature Commandos, I don't believe there were any announcements or anything discussion of multiverse. The other DCU project would have been Blue Beetle, still nothing in a sense that they're trying to retrieve into. The other that's coming up is Clayface, which I don't think Clayface is ever talking about no freaking crossover multiverse. So with James Gunn and his involvement with Peacemaker in the multiverse, this is where the stepping stone why he'll be able to cross over to said Injustice. That makes sense. And then try to pull him into his said storyline.
And then this new one can actually feature Michael freaking Keaton's Batman.
Michael freaking Keaton. I agree with you.
Batman Beyond.
Yep. Oh my God.
Who hasn't been in the game yet.
Nope. Not at all. I think that would be phenomenal. So I totally agree with you on that part. Totally agree with you on that one. Oh, all right. Well, that's all we got, old man. I think that's in generally what we have for the show. I know it's been, damn man, what do we have right now? 2 hours worth?
2 hours 7? Well, don't forget you took a nice little bathroom break, so
that's true. That is true.
Technically, this was probably like an hour and a half or so.
Give or take. Give or take. But it's been phenomenal, man. Like I said, this was a dramatic more of a show just because there was so much craziness, man, in a sense of like legal action between actors. But it did bring us into, good common conversation, but also to good common understanding for the future. The do's and don'ts, the understanding of business, and hopefully this, hopefully this was fun. Thank y'all for tuning in, man, because there's plenty of people that have been coming in and out. I know, I appreciate you guys for, coming in and out, showing your love, sharing, subscribing. It's been awesome. Been phenomenal. Can't do any better. So I'll leave it at that. Well, I think tomorrow for sure. Well, later on today, since past midnight, we got UFC popping off and planning on man. So if you're available, I'll be, hitting you up and letting you know, let's get started for a UFC event. Yeah.
I'm available. I mean, I got nothing going on tomorrow except for playing some 2K and Spider-Man and another Spider-Man. I'll be here.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good. What? 6 a.m.
What? Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. Hold on, man. Where is this event happening? Hold on, man. UFC Fight Night. Where's this event happening? Hold on, fans. I gotta figure this crap out because it's saying 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning. Oh,
yeah, today it's 6 in the morning.
Carlos. Yeah, UFC Fight Cards event. Hold on, watch times. Special start time, main card, May 2nd. Why in the
Australia?
Morning? Get the out of here, bro. For real?
Look it up. They're fighting in Australia.
Yeah. Arena Perth in Australia. Oh my God. Didn't even freaking see that crap. Oh, well, I'm gonna stay away from social media for quite some time because I do not want to know who the hell wins this fight. I'll tell you that much right now. I do not.
We're gonna have to try to avoid and just do an actual reaction afterwards.
Agreed. Oh man, agreed. At least we got the time card set up. And hey, guess what, oh man?
Yeah.
Guess what we can do? Maybe
What?
it's possible. We can fast forward the commercials.
Oh yeah, that's right. I like that.
Fast forward the crap. Ain't nobody want to see no damn commercials, man.
Nobody want to hear commercials either.
Yeah, exactly. Just zoom in. Just zoom. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
Get to the next fight right away. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
There
I think
you go.
that's why we always started late anyway when we did our regular watch party.
Agreed. Because ain't no way we're gonna be up that much early, especially when we're finishing up right now. Nope. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. All right,
It's 2
man.
o'clock over here, everybody.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
man.
I'll see you later on tonight, though, for sure. Everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, we're sticking with this, who have been watching us, man, and commenting too as well. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you guys later on for a UFC event, fight night. All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. All right, big dog. Yeah, we'll be back.